Lucky Ducky Dark. Dark was a duck, one with a dopey face and delightfully silly ways. His beak was always slightly open, as if he were about to tell a joke, though no one ever really understood his jokes. When he walked, he waddled and flailed, his webbed feet crossing over like they hadn't been properly attached, often tripping over nothing and startling himself in the process. His voice was a bit high-pitched, and his laugh just a little strange. Every time he spoke, it made others want to giggle. In Animal Village, everyone called him Silly Quack, though his real name was Dark. He never got angry. He was always grinning. Whenever someone made a mistake, got into an argument, or when the mood got tense, Dark would stumble in, fall flat on his face, or say something utterly random. And somehow, everything felt better. Eventually, everyone just got used to it. Wherever Dark was, there was laughter. But behind the laughter hid a layer of unseen disregard. Quacky, what do you know? Ha ha. If you eat any more, you won't even be able to fly. Come help, this is your specialty. Strong body, empty brain, right? They called him cute to his face, but in their hearts, he was just the village fool, easy to boss around. He was always the last in line, the errand runner, the one sent to do boring and troublesome tasks. And yet, he never got upset, not even a frown. Instead, he'd grin and say, "Sure, I can help." He never said no, never complained, always cheerfully solving other people's problems. One morning, Dark waddled down the stone path through the village, humming a weird little tune. He had just left Fran the bear cub's donut shop, carrying a huge box of brightly colored donuts in his arms. He'd once again bought a dozen donuts he'd never finish, just because Fran had said there was a sale. Silly Quack, eat the pink jelly one today and your luck will soar, Fran had said, snickering. He knew that flavor was a total disaster, so sweet it glued your teeth shut. Dark grinned. Really? Then I want 3. He didn't know this was the 6th day in a row he'd been persuaded into buying the leftover, unsellable flavors. His belly grew rounder, his waddling heavier, but he always thought, buying a little more makes Fran happy too, right? That night, Hannah the alligator called. "Dark, I'm starving. What should I eat? Could you maybe grab some late-night snacks for me? I want creamy mac and cheese, spicy wings, and corn soup. Hot, please." "Ah, okay, I'll bring it soon," Dark answered, silly as ever, trekking from one end of the village to the other, picking up food from 3 different shops before arriving at Hannah's house. "You have so many friends," he said with a smile, handing over the food while peeking at the room full of laughing gators. "You're the best. No one else runs errands like you," Hannah said sweetly. Then turned to her friends and whispered, "This duck is way too easy to trick." During the day, Dark was equally busy. At Rooster George's company, he was the hardest worker with the least recognition. George often dumped his unfinished tasks on Dark. "This report needs to be redone. I need it tonight. You're fast. This stuff's your specialty." Okay, I'll do my best." Though he lived like a spinning top every day, Dark earnestly believed, if people need me, I'm happy. But one morning, the village fell strangely quiet. No one heard Dark's weird humming around the corner. No one saw his wobbly shadow. No one received a silly morning joke from him. "Huh, why didn't Quacky come get donuts?" Fran muttered. His shop felt unusually cold, trays of donuts untouched. "These flavors are disgusting. Haven't you updated your menu?" a customer snapped. "What? But usually." Fran realized people only bought donuts because Dark shared them with everyone outside the shop, making even the worst flavors somewhat charming. Hannah the alligator grew restless. By nightfall, she was starving. "No one's bringing me food?" She sent over 10 messages. No one replied. "I can't cook. What's a medium heat?" She screamed and slammed the pot on the floor. "I want Dark. I want dinner." Not a single friend came to hang out, not without free snacks involved. Elsewhere, George the rooster was being chewed out by his tiger boss. He had to revise a design, write a report, and make 3 client calls all at once. "Didn't you assign people to these tasks?" the tiger boss demanded. "I did. Dark was doing them." "And where is he?" He's sick." "What? You dumped everything on an outsourced duck and now you're useless without him?" The tiger stormed out. "Don't come back tomorrow." George ripped up his papers in frustration. White feathers and confetti flew into the air. The village slipped into silent chaos. No joy, no snacks, no efficiency. Only then did they realize the silly, clumsy duck had held it all together. Finally, on the 8th morning, Dark stumbled out of his house. His nose was red, and he was still coughing, but when he saw the sunlight, he grinned. "What a lovely day! I feel like jumping in the lake." But before he could take a second step, a crowd of animals rushed him and circled tightly around him. "Where were you? You almost starved me to death. I got fired. No one's buying donuts anymore." He froze. But then, he saw something different. Not the usual mocking looks, not commands treating him like a tool, but Fran holding a box of revised, best-selling donuts, Hannah carrying a steaming bowl of homemade porridge, George with a backpack full of nutritious supplements. "Sorry, we always thought you were just a silly duck. But you're the warmest, strongest, most amazing silly duck ever." That day, everyone sat with Dark from morning till night. They listened to his weird jokes, heard him sing off tune, and shared donuts with him. Laughter returned, but this time, not because he was silly, but because everyone finally understood. Some people may look foolish, but they know the true secret to happiness. And Dark was the wisest duck of all.